Hi, my name's Thea Litsios, and I'm a career coach. I'm actually a career clarity coach. And what that means is I help people choose a new career. I help people get clear on what it is their new career would be if they knew how to choose a career that would be both fulfilling and really in alignment with who they are and how they like to do things. And my tagline talks about using instinct and intuition. So I wanted to talk today about the instinct part. What does that actually mean, and how do I help people discover that? Well, we all have instinctual ways that we like to take action and problem solve. Usually they're so natural to us that we don't even think about it, because in our Western culture, we've been much more focused on the thinking part of our brain, which is the cognitive part of the brain. And we don't know much about the cognitive part of the brain, which is the part of the brain that helps us discern how we do things. Now, we're born doing things in a way that feels natural to us, but it's not the same for every person. And to be in a career that works against your natural strengths, it can feel really awkward. And if you want to get an idea of how this feels, one way to do that is to take out a pen and a paper and write your name with your dominant hand. Now, we all know that if we were to put that pen or pencil in the other hand and try to write with our non-dominant hand, we can do it, but it doesn't feel natural. It feels awkward. We're not very good at it. It feels like it takes so much more concentration and effort to do what comes naturally with our dominant hand. And that's kind of a really good example of what does it feel like to be in a career where you're not able to use your natural strengths, but you're having to use something that just isn't quite natural for you. So that is one of the reasons that I love using the assessment that I use, which is the Kolbe A index. And what this particular assessment lets us do is discover what are your natural strengths. Now, the assessment was created by a woman named Kolbe. What Kolbe did with the Kolbe A index is discover a way to measure our instinctive strengths. How do we like to problem solve when we're free to do it in a way that is natural for us? And what she discovered is that there were 12 strengths, and she measures 4 different categories. One category is called Fact Finder. How do we deal with facts and data? The next category is called Follow Through. How do we deal with systems and structure? The third category is called Quick Start. How do we deal with risk and uncertainty? The fourth category is called Implementer, and that's how do we deal with actual tangible objects. Now, I'm going to put up on the screen what the 12 strengths are and how they look on a Kolbe A diagram. But when you get a Kolbe A assessment, your individual score is going to look something like this. And that is my score on the screen. And you'll see there's 4 colors, 4 columns, and 4 numbers. Now, these numbers indicate a continuum. It's not like a low number is bad and a high number is better. It just means that where do you fall on the continuum of a strength in each particular category. Now, when you do have a category that falls between 7 and 10, that means that that is a strength that you're going to lead with. That's the first strength you turn to when you want to problem solve. And the other ones are going to fit in with that one and help you do whatever it is you need to do. Now, the interesting thing is certain categories and strengths really thrive in certain careers. And other strengths, if you don't have them, you're going to feel as if you're swimming upstream to try to do a career that doesn't fit within the natural strengths that you have, the instinctive strengths that you have. Now, when I'm working with my clients and we have discovered what their instinctive strengths are through using the Kolbe A index, we also have the option of doing another assessment that Kolbe has, which is the career assessment, and that basically gives you 1,200 choices of careers that you would be good at based on your natural strengths. So it's not a limiting thing, it's actually expansive. You have many, many choices that you can do knowing what your natural strengths are. But the good news is that you actually can be assured that your natural strengths are not going to change over time. There are certain tests like cognitive tests, personality tests, and you can take those tests a few years down the line and the score will have changed because we grow, we learn more things, we interact with the world in different ways, but your instinctive strengths will always stay the same. You might take the test again 10 years later. It might be slightly different, but it's really not going to change a lot. So choosing a career based on your natural strengths, the Kolbe index, is actually really helpful because you can be certain that those strengths are going to stay the same throughout your whole life. So choosing a career based on those strengths is going to let you know that you can choose a career with confidence. You don't have to go down 5-10 years down the road and say, oh, why did I choose this? Now, you might change for reasons other than what your natural strengths are, but you can know that choosing a career based on your instinctive strengths, you will fit that career. That career will fit you over a long period of time. Now, if you are at a point in your career where you're beginning to question whether the career you chose is a good idea, maybe you've been in a career for a year or two and you realize, you know what, I didn't make a good choice. Or maybe you've been in a career for 10 or 15 years and for whatever reason, you're like, you know what, this career just does not fit me anymore. Then I want to encourage you to do one of two things. You can, of course, take a Kolbe A index. I find that they give you some good information when you take the assessment, but it's much more helpful if someone can actually help you decipher what your score is. And I offer people a one-time consultation if you would like to take the Kolbe A index and explore what career options might be a good fit for you. That's something I do, and I love doing that. Another option is if you know you really want to dive in deep and go the whole length of discovering what a good career would be for you, then I offer a 7-week coaching program where you can get clarity on what career you might want to do next and the roadmap of how to get there. So if you would like to, I offer a free 30-minute consultation. You can click the link below and set up a consultation to see what would be best for you, one-time consultation or a longer working with me over a 7-week period of time. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope it makes you understand a little bit more some of the tools that I use to help people choose a new career. And let me know your thoughts. Have you taken a Kolbe test, and did the results help you understand yourself and how you like to do things? Okay, folks, it's been great chatting, and we'll talk soon.